Okay, everybody, hello. Okay, listen, we got some news here. I expected us to gain some support today. Because the indicators are they're not at the lowest point they could be. So that was my whole rant. The video was pretty bad, honestly, but that was my point. The point was that we're really low here. Um, and that I expected the market to kind of gain some footing. But what we're looking at now here is the markets kind of broke support, and they broke this critical support here. Um, hold on. Um, I'm making another video. Can I call you back? Okay, bye bye. Okay, um, so yeah, let's just zoom out here on a daily. So we're looking at the daily, right? So this big 78% right here is what we're failing. So after that, the 61%, um, that's 6,600. So basically, either we're gonna get support in this jungle right here of red lines, or we're gonna fail it. Usually, what you have is a pattern called three black crows or three white knights, and that pattern is three huge candles um, that indicate that it's time to swing the other way. So if this is kind of what it's turning out to be, um, I'm just surprised though that the market's going this low because no, I'm not actually. Because look here, we got Dow Jones at the 61%. So it's likely to fail this zero and go here. So, I mean, yeah, we're going to make a lower low, but I think it's going to be so low that the markets are going to have to gain support. And unless this is the crash of crashes, that this we're already in a recession. If that's the case, then I would say we're going lower. I mean, that's what I really believe. I really believe that we've hit, we've gone the highest we can gone. Um, I mean, I don't know how the central bank is in the Fed. I don't know how the Fed's gonna handle all this. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I wasn't, entirely expecting today to be such, violent. We're down 136 points here on the comp. And the 10-year is just kind of floating downwards. We're at 2.8%. So, um, you know, that means that the market's so bad that people are piling into bonds. Although, you know, here, look, let's look here. 76, MACD 47. Alright. So this is bad, but not really bad. But this is just keep dropping here for the comp. I expect the others to follow, but the others have less room to go. The others are already making lower lows. So, we might gain a little support here at this 7,000 with this 61%. That's what I was saying. Um, let's look for the next 61%. That's what I was actually talking about. The 60. Here we go. 6,600. So, I mean, if this is what it is and the markets are done and toast, then we can expect over the next week um, to just keep trending lower, and this is the next point here. But right now, um, it looks like I was just so bearish, and I became a little bullish because I figured it's time for it to, you know, it's time for the bulls to kick back in, but it doesn't look like the bulls want it. And if the bulls don't want it, who wants it? Nobody. It's going in the dumps. So that's where we're at on an hour chart. We're completely undersold here, underbought. We've been just cucking along. But that's the thing, like, if we just start dropping through here, it's that's kind of dangerous. You know, this is dangerous. Let's see. We're at 5 minutes. Alright, listen. So, here's my prediction. This is my bear prediction. We have another bad day tomorrow. And then, or today, we have a bad day Monday. Then we try and recoup, but we make lower highs, and then we fail it and go down. That's possibly what's going to happen. Or we could fail it and have a divergence where the markets keep going down, but the indicators reset and go back up. You know, I guess this was the sign here that it was a red ball, that I had said the parabolic star balls are on top. So this means that we could, you know, this could be an indication of intense selling. So we're just seeing more selling here in the Nasdaq because it's was the one to be bought up the highest after the crash. Well, this is what we're looking at. This is what we're looking at here. You know, we're already low. Oh God. You know, I really expected it to have some support here, especially because it was within that fib range. But I think once it crossed that 50-day moving average, things changed. Why don't we pop up stock charts real quick? Real quick. Let's just pull up the comp. Let's look at the 50-day moving average. So, again, we're in for at least a 200-point drop by, you know, what today's Monday. We're gonna go ahead and flirt with these lows here. 6,800. You know, that's where I see us on Monday. We're getting close to that on Monday because the markets are failing. We've completely dropped below this 50-day moving average. You know, I don't think, you know, I think we're already in recession. This stock market is done. You know, I think this boat's ready to fucking capsize. Well, that's that, everybody. You know what? Let's look at the other ones too. Let's look at Dow Jones. Oh my God! At 23,358, we're freaking looking at huge drops. You know, we're only a couple hundred points away. So I think that the markets are going to free fall. You know, that because unless they find support there, what might and could happen is we could do the same thing we did up here, is fight along with it and then move higher or lower. You know, but at least it tried. You know, the markets fought to stay at this level, and they might want to stay at the 200-day moving average as well. Let's just look at one more chart, the S&P. And, that's already about to break the 200-day moving average. So the markets are shot. I did not, I thought it was going to turn around quickly because of the support in this region. In this region. But, we had we had an okay morning, but we just couldn't break out. It couldn't fight it. Um, and at that point, it's we're testing this now. We're testing the 200-day moving average. So that's that. We're at a 10-minute video. I want to make these videos short, precise, and talking about one topic because last video was kind of a disaster. It was more ramblings of what I think about the markets, and I I needed some more coffee, and I needed a little bit more time to see what was happening. That was just at the open too. So when a stock opens, you never know what's gonna happen. Um, so throwing your money in right at the open, I mean, you know, it could instantly tank and lose a couple percent, or it could rise up, which these indicators are just are so low at this point that it's scary. It's scaring me because there's nowhere for them to go. There's nowhere for them to go. Um, so we're gonna have a humongous day, break even lower, um, and then possibly we'll get some support. But look here, Dow, S&P 500 just tanking, tanking. Is there any support in sight? Let's look at the hour charts for these guys. I mean, in the tricks, this is where it got support. I mean, we're lower, so we could even we're like I said, we're gonna have a bad finish off today. Is gonna be horrible. A lot of selling, and there's gonna be a lot of selling for tomorrow. I mean Monday. Today is Friday, correct? Yes, it is. There's gonna be a lot of selling. But we're already at 25. We're completely underbought on the hour chart. We've been underbought this entire day. And that's a bad sign. I've never seen the entire market right here. It was underbought the entire day. No, it wasn't. Just for a little portion. You see that, guys? This is dangerous. I mean, it could be a good thing. Again, if you want to short the market, um, you know, this is kind of a bad spot to do it, although we could get some drops here. Um, let's see if I have my paper that I wrote them on. No, it's not here. Actually, it's in my trading book. QID. Come on, load. We're at 13 minutes. We're getting long. There you go, baby. There you go. 10 to $13 run. That's pretty good. 5%. So right now we're kind of high, but right now is probably the best time to buy in if you want to get a couple percent. You'd probably only get like 2% more if we end up finding support. But this does not look pretty at all. I think we're in for some trouble. I think the air is starting to gush out of this bubble. And you know, there's I don't think they can turn this ship around. I like what Peter Schiff said. He said Powell does open mouth tactics or I forget what he said, but it made me, I was dying. So that was good. Um, that's it. Let's check out gold here because we're wrapping up the day talking about what's moving. I just typed in gold. Oh, there you go. /GC. There's a humongous spike in the CCI. We should come back down, but wow, my God. We should come back down, unless it just keeps going, but we should come back down in gold in JUNG. Well, that's it, guys. I had to make a video telling everyone the situation about what's going on in the markets because I had thought the indicators were so low we would get a turnaround, but it looks like we're gonna end up having another bad day tomorrow if we drop support, which we most likely will, and once we fill that support, we're in for another 200-point drop at least. And then once that happens, then possibly we can gain some support, or even maybe not, and the markets will continue to drop and we'll have a divergence in the indicators. Thank you very much, guys. Have a wonderful